This one's accountability, and it's a bit of a buzzword, and it becomes a bit of a buzzword because people talk about it too much without realizing, I guess, how difficult it is to really implement on a day-to-day basis, right? You are going into a job. It's just that it's your job, right? Or you're adapting your job. So treat your business like a job. Now, if you're working in an environment where you wouldn't let someone else down, don't let yourself down. This isn't, people talk about going into self-employment or building a business for financial freedom. It's not there yet. And if we're having this process and you're in this planning stage, we might have flexibility, but freedom's not an option yet. There's some groundwork that we've got to do. Secondly, if you're not able to keep yourself accountable, then find someone who will keep you accountable, someone you respect, that you really want to, use their tools. We find that a lot of the time people try and change their behavior to suit the strategy. Don't worry about that yet. Just change the strategy to suit your behavior. So if you're really well at self-motivating and being holding yourself accountable, keep doing that. If you need external or public accountability, do that. And you can use aids. Like the easiest one is use schedules and calendars. Make sure that in your calendar, if you know there's a thing you need to do every week, put it in there. Build that ideal week and really stick to it, because there's not going to be an employer over your shoulder asking if you've done the thing or not. You're just going to know that it needs to be done, and you're going to self-motivate to get there. And the fourth bullet point you're going to see is finding positive people to support you in this, right? It's not all doom and gloom, but business is tricky, right? Whether it's starting a business or building the business you've currently got. But it can be tricky and it can be difficult. And having people who support you in your business, who can cheer you on along the way, it becomes increasingly more important along the way. So make sure that whether you want to book a monthly lunch with them, breakfast, go to the gym with them, it doesn't matter what the activity is, but you need to build that network around you so that you know that you've got someone to talk to, because it can be lonely, even when you're surrounded by a lot of people in there. Finding your right customer is so difficult at the start because you'll take on anyone. Anyone who's breathing, anyone who's got a pulse is a customer. My biggest piece of guidance to anyone along the way is know this at the start, because when you're going in, you might have limited resources or growing, and growing costs a lot of money and a lot of cash flow to do that. Is you want to make sure that everything that we're about to talk about in marketing, and focusing that business strategy, you want to make sure it's all targeted to the right person. Secondly to that is if you're focusing on investing in those areas and they're the wrong people in those areas, it's going to be a long and difficult process, but it can be a lot easier. If you're super duper clear at the start about your customers, you know who you want to provide services or a product to. And I think that the biggest piece of this puzzle is not what service or product you provide, but what problem you're going to solve for them. People don't care what you sell. People don't care, what product you've got or how you even provide your service. They only care, and so they should. They care if you're solving a problem that's relevant to them. The more clarity you can provide to yourself on having your right customer base, and that's demographic, that's other people servicing those clients, your competitors in that arena, and what sets you apart from them will be the thing so you can attack that market with minimal friction. You're going to see here whether you've got the market research about who else is out there, what are they providing, and how you differentiate from them. A conversation that we have heaps of the time with clients in the boardroom is not only who they're serving, but how they differentiate, because we know that we can only differentiate on two fundamental levels, whether that's product differentiation, that includes services. So product differentiation is, hey, we have a similarly priced product, but this is why we're different, or pricing differentiation. So pricing differentiation is we're either cheaper than them or we're premium priced, and that's why people like us, because we're a bigger, more well-known brand name. And those two is anything else in trying to compete, it doesn't really matter. Secondly, one of the things that we see a lot is people wanting to have a more premium product but a cheaper price point. Most accountants I know will find that somewhere along the way and go, hang on, why are we providing a better product at a cheaper rate? I think you're shooting yourself in the foot there a little bit with cost to serve. Target market. There's certain really good books on this, and it's a whole topic amongst itself. One of the best books along the way on this is Seth Godin's This Is Marketing. And I don't profess to be a marketing expert, but what I do know is there has to be enough people in that market for you to provide that service at a reasonable price for you to be, for your business to be successful. If you want to go super niche, more niche is better, but there's got to be a big enough market in that niche to help support your business. And then it's about knowing everything about that person that you're trying to solve the problem for. And I'm talking, demographics, I'm talking gender, I'm talking geographical location, all of it. You need to know all about that. And some marketing agencies will help you build a customer avatar or a client avatar so that you can conceptualize that one person. And then everything can go towards building more services and more products for that person.